put things out there, and then you use the data that you see in your numbers, like Instagram, YouTube, all of these, TikTok, they all give you the data. They tell you how many people watched it, how many people liked it, how many people rewatched it, which is a good metric too. And you take that and just as one more data point to say, okay, this audience and audiences like it react and want this type of information or want this type of content. And what I learned from a Twitter poll that I did recently is that I asked people of the 4 following, what do they get from me or learn from me the most? And they said, I had the options of how to invest, how to get investment, how to generate revenue, or why diversity is important. And I talk about all 4 of those things all the time, but it was interesting to see the number 1 was why diversity is important. The number 2 was how to generate revenue. The investment side of what I do was the back burner. And I love that. I'm so happy that I saw that, because although I've invested in more than 200 companies, I don't consider myself an investor first. I consider myself an entrepreneur first. And I consider myself a key maker first. So if I'm already helping people generate revenue, which I hear about every single day, people tell me that I do, then my plan and my goal to help create 1,000 new millionaires over the next decade, you really have to understand that it's coming from how to empower people to generate their own revenue. It's not going to come from how do I teach 1,000 people how to raise capital from outside investors. So you can always have a little bit of both going, of course, and there's a nuance to it and there's depth to it, and that's what I talk about in my other YouTube videos and things of that nature, and my books, really, and my courses, but it was really great information. And then you have that survey that says that the most thing I teach is the importance of diversity. And then you have a video that gets more than 30,000 views in 3 hours on Instagram alone that talks about diversity and talks about it from a perspective that nobody else has. Nobody else has invested in 200 companies, has been invested in by Mark Cuban, has started this company while homeless, etc. So you take those 2 things, and it's really interesting that it's just proven out that way. Now, to give you reference, normally I'll get anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 views on a video, on a given Instagram video. Sometimes it's been as much as 100,000, but it kind of varies. So I take that information that I just learned minutes ago while in my hotel room, and I think through and strategize, okay, how do I take that and remain authentic, because I don't want to just do clickbait or things that are just trendy. I have no interest in that. But how do I take the things that I know about and care about and react to them and comment on them? Because it's obvious that some people, not all, but some people want to hear my opinions. So how do I take that, choose the right topics, grow the platform so that more and more people can hear the message? If they hear the short message, many of them will convert to listen to the longer message. And the longer message is where you learn how to generate revenue and you learn how to become a millionaire. And you're one of my 1,000 new millionaires.